The town of Oak Haven, North Carolina was quiet, peaceful, boring, especially at night. Most kids were asleep, but not everyone.
10-year-old Emily and her brother Sam were up late. They were whispering and giggling, playing a game.
Outside their window, a shadow moved. Someone was watching. No one knew who the midnight kidnapper was. He was a shadow, a phantom that haunted the dreams of every parent in Oak Haven. Or why he took kids. Theories ranged from revenge to madness, but no one had any real answers. But rumors spread like wildfire through Oak Haven. Every whispered word added fuel to the fire of fear that gripped the town.
They said he wore a dark coat. A coat so black it seemed to absorb the light around it, that he moved like a ghost, silent, swift, and unseen until it was too late. And that he only took kids who were still awake after midnight, the witching hour, when shadows grew long and fear took hold.
Emily and Sam knew the stories. They had heard them all their lives, passed down like a dark family heirloom. But they were just stories, right? Tales to scare children into bed on time, nothing more. A twig snapped outside their window. Silence. They were safe inside. Weren't they? The night seemed to hold its breath, waiting for something to happen. The next morning, the town woke to a nightmare. Empty beds, frantic parents, whispers of the midnight kidnapper. 2 kids were gone.
Katie, who lived down the street, and little Timmy from next door. They were both known to stay up late.
Fear gripped Oak Haven. Parents locked their doors. Kids went to bed early, terrified of the dark and the whispers in the night. Section 4, Shadows and Fear.
Emily and Sam were terrified. They huddled under their blankets, too scared to move. Every creak of the house sounded like footsteps. Every rustle of leaves sounded like whispers. They thought about Katie and Timmy. Where were they? What had the midnight kidnapper done with them? Suddenly, a low thump came from downstairs. Their blood ran cold. Someone was in the house.
Section 5. The Truth Revealed. In the dimly lit room, shadows danced on the walls, creating an eerie atmosphere that seemed to whisper secrets long forgotten.
Emily and Sam froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. The air was thick with tension, and every creak of the old house seemed amplified in the silence. The thump came again, closer this time. It echoed through the hallway, sending shivers down their spines. Someone was coming up the stairs. Sam grabbed Emily's hand, squeezing it tightly as if to reassure her, but his own fear was palpable. They huddled together, their eyes wide with terror. The darkness seemed to close in around them, making it hard to breathe. The bedroom door creaked open. The sound was slow and deliberate, heightening their sense of dread. A figure stood in the doorway, silhouetted against the hallway light. The shape was familiar yet terrifying in the context of their fear. It was their father, his face etched with worry. He looked around the room, his eyes scanning for any signs of danger.
Kids, are you all right? His voice was soft but urgent, filled with concern. I heard a noise, he whispered, his voice shaking. I thought... He paused, unable to finish the sentence, the fear still evident in his eyes. He trailed off, relief washing over his face. The tension in the room began to dissipate, but the memory of the fear lingered, a reminder of the night's events.
Section 6. The Nightmare Continues. The town of Oak Haven was shrouded in an unsettling silence, a silence that spoke volumes of the fear gripping its residents.
Emily and Sam rushed into their father's arms, clinging to him with a desperation that only fear could bring. Their small bodies trembled, but in their father's embrace, they found a fleeting moment of solace. They were safe for now. The safe house provided a temporary refuge, a fragile bubble of security in a world turned upside down. But what about Katie and Timmy? Their faces stared back from missing posters, haunting reminders of the danger that still loomed. The midnight kidnapper was still out there, lurking in the shadows, a phantom that thrived in the darkness, preying on the innocent. And the town of Oak Haven was trapped in a nightmare, a relentless cycle of fear and uncertainty. The streets, once bustling with life, now lay deserted, shrouded in an eerie fog.
The next morning, the news came. It spread like wildfire, igniting a fresh wave of panic. Another town, miles away, reported missing children. The pattern was unmistakable, the terror spreading beyond Oakhaven's borders. The midnight kidnapper had struck again. The nightmare wasn't over, it was just beginning. The full moon cast an ominous glow, a silent witness to the horrors yet to unfold.